So Emily asks, which is technically correct? When a pattern calls for 2 strands, do you fold it in half at the needle to create 4 strands, or are you looping it through so there really are only 2 individual strands that are going through the fabric? My name is Elle, I'm a cross-stitch artist and designer here on TikTok, and let's get into it. The short answer is that when a pattern calls for you to use 2 threads, they are talking about 2 individual threads that are going to be passing through the fabric for each stitch. But as you've picked up on, there are a couple different ways to do that. You can have 2 individual strands that are completely separate from each other, or you can have one long single strand that is folded over onto itself to create 2 strands. So the reason that we want to be using 2 strands instead of 4 strands is that 2 strands gives us really good coverage without using as much thread. And also once you start getting up into using 4, 5, or 6 strands to do your stitching, it gets very bulky, not just to actually stitch and try to find all of those holes, but also because these are physically coming up off of the fabric 3-dimensionally, whereas these ones down here are lying really flat and tight to the fabric. So 2 strands can be 2 strands like this that are caught together, but that are not attached at the other end, or it can be a single strand, longer than this one. This is just a little snippet that I had, where you fold them in half and you would thread this end through the needle with both of these, and that way you're stitching with 2 strands even though they are looped at the back. That was helpful. As always, you can drop any questions you have into the comments, and happy stitching!